Welcome space cadets and truth seekers to a cosmic journey into the heart of a mystery that has captivated humanity for decades: UFOs. We're diving deep into NASA's history with these unidentified aerial phenomena, exploring the intersection of science, speculation, and government secrecy. From mysterious sightings reported by astronauts to grainy footage of objects defying our understanding of physics, we'll sift through the evidence and analyze NASA's often conflicting role in unraveling the truth. Did they stumble upon proof of extraterrestrial life? Are they hiding something from the public? Buckle up as we navigate through decades of intrigue, examining declassified documents, analyzing eyewitness accounts, and confronting the possibility that we are not alone in the vast cosmic arena. Welcome to our deep dive into NASA's history with UFOs and unidentified aerial phenomena. Picture this. It's 1952, the Cold War is in full swing, and the world is gripped by fear and paranoia. Suddenly, strange lights appear over Washington, D.C., setting off a chain of events. Radar operators at Washington National Airport and Andrews Air Force Base were picking up multiple unidentified objects. These objects were moving at incredible speeds, making impossible turns, and hovering in ways that defied physics. The public was in an uproar. Newspapers were having a field day, and the government was scrambling for answers. The Air Force quickly launched Project Blue Book, a top-secret program to determine the nature of these UFOs. While the official explanation blamed weather phenomena, many believed the truth was far more extraordinary. What really happened in the skies above Washington that summer? For nearly 2 decades, from 1952 to 1969, Project Blue Book became synonymous with UFO investigations. During its tenure, it meticulously catalogued over 12,000 reported UFO sightings, ranging from the mundane to the utterly inexplicable. While the Air Force spearheaded Project Blue Book, NASA, still in its infancy, played a surprisingly significant, albeit largely behind-the-scenes role. Scientists and engineers from NASA provided technical expertise, analyzing radar data, photographic evidence, and eyewitness accounts. The official stance from both organizations was one of cautious skepticism. They maintained that no credible evidence linked these sightings to extraterrestrial life, attributing most to misidentified aircraft, weather phenomena, or hoaxes. However, a closer look at the historical record reveals a more complex picture. Many documents from this era remain classified, hidden from public scrutiny. Why the secrecy if these were simply cases of mistaken identity or natural occurrences? This lack of transparency has only fueled speculation that both the Air Force and NASA know more than they're letting on. July 20th, 1969, a day etched in human history. Neil Armstrong takes his one small step onto the lunar surface, marking a giant leap for humankind. But as the Apollo 11 astronauts journeyed to the moon, something strange happened. They reported seeing an unidentified object outside their spacecraft. The object, bright and luminous, seemed to be following them. NASA's explanation: space debris, likely from the Saturn V rocket, but many UFO researchers believe this explanation is too simple. They argue the astronauts were experienced observers, unlikely to mistake space junk for something extraordinary. Some claim NASA cut the live feed, releasing edited footage later. So what really happened? A close encounter or mistaken identity in space? Chapter 4. Fast forward to September 1991. The Space Shuttle Discovery is on mission STS-48, deploying the Upper Atmosphere Research Satellite. As the shuttle orbits Earth, its cameras capture something truly bizarre. Multiple objects moving at incredible speeds, making sudden, seemingly impossible directional changes. These weren't your typical satellites or space debris. These objects exhibited a level of agility and maneuverability that defied conventional explanation. They would zip across the screen, change direction on a dime, and even appear to accelerate at impossible rates. NASA, as is often the case, offered a more prosaic explanation. They attributed the objects to ice particles or debris illuminated by sunlight, creating the illusion of rapid movement. However, many UFO enthusiasts weren't convinced. They argued that the object's movements were simply too erratic, too precise to be explained by natural phenomena. The STS-48 footage quickly became a cornerstone of the UFO community, sparking heated debates and fueling conspiracy theories about NASA's true knowledge of extraterrestrial activity. Chapter 5: STS-75 Tether Incident. In February 1996, the Space Shuttle Columbia embarked on mission STS-75, deploying a tethered satellite into Earth's orbit. The goal was to study the planet's magnetic field. However, the mission took an unexpected turn when the tether snapped, sending the satellite drifting into space. As NASA cameras tracked the receding satellite, they captured something truly peculiar: numerous disc-shaped objects moving in the vicinity of the tether. These objects, some appearing to be quite large, seemed to be moving independently, not simply drifting with the space debris. Once again, NASA offered a conventional explanation, attributing the objects to ice particles or debris illuminated by sunlight. They argued that the peculiar shapes and movements were simply illusions created by the angle of the sun and the movement of the camera. However, many UFO researchers weren't buying it. They pointed out that some of the objects appeared to be emitting their own light, and their movements seemed to be too deliberate, too controlled to be random debris. Was this simply a case of pareidolia, our brains tricking us into seeing patterns where none exist? Or was it something more, a glimpse into a reality that NASA would prefer to keep hidden? Chapter 6: The 2004 USS Nimitz UFO Encounter. Let's shift gears for a moment and dive into an incident that didn't directly involve NASA, but sent ripples through the world of ufology and caught the attention of scientists and government officials alike. In November 2004, off the coast of Southern California, pilots from the USS Nimitz, a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, encountered something truly extraordinary. Using their advanced radar systems, they detected an unknown object hovering high in the sky. This object, described as being tic-tac shaped and white in color, exhibited flight characteristics that defied our understanding of physics. It could accelerate and decelerate at impossible speeds, make instantaneous changes in direction, and even hover motionless before darting away. 2 FA-18 fighter jets were scrambled to intercept the object. The pilots witnessed firsthand its incredible agility and maneuverability, confirming what the radar had detected. One pilot even managed to get a lock on the object with his infrared camera, capturing footage that would later be released to the public. While NASA wasn't directly involved in this incident, it has been called upon to provide scientific insights into the nature of such UAPs, or unidentified aerial phenomena. Chapter 7: The Pentagon's AATP program. From 2007 to 2012, the Pentagon, under a veil of secrecy, ran a program called the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, or AATP. Its mission to study reports of UAPs encountered by military personnel. While the program's existence was initially denied, it was later acknowledged by the Pentagon, which insisted that it had been discontinued due to a lack of funding. However, whistleblowers and leaked documents painted a different picture. AATIP, it seemed, had uncovered far more than the government was willing to admit. Reports surfaced of strange materials recovered from UAP crash sites, accounts of military personnel encountering objects exhibiting impossible flight capabilities, and even whispers of reverse engineering programs. NASA's role in AATIP remains unclear. Some believe that the agency provided scientific expertise and analysis, while others maintain that NASA was kept at arm's length, perhaps to protect its public image or to avoid jeopardizing its funding. Regardless of NASA's level of involvement, the AATIP program has had a profound impact on the UFO debate. It has brought the issue out of the shadows of conspiracy theories and into the halls of government and scientific institutions. Outro: The search for answers continues. As we've journeyed through decades of mystery and intrigue, one thing has become abundantly clear. NASA's relationship with UFOs is complex, often contradictory, and shrouded in a level of secrecy that only fuels public fascination. While the agency has consistently maintained a skeptical stance, attributing most sightings to mundane explanations, its actions often tell a different story. The classified documents, the redacted reports, the reluctance to engage in open and transparent discussion, all of these factors suggest that there's more to the story than meets the eye. NASA's role in UFO investigations has evolved over the years. From a tangential participant to a key player in UAP research. Stay curious and keep exploring the unknown.